What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's time for that Week 11 Big 10 roundup. Let's go through a couple of these games, scores, and things to come for the Big 10 next week. Right off the bat, let's start this thing off with the matchup between Indiana on the road at Penn State. They came away with the victory 27-24 for the Hoosiers. They took some late fourth quarter heroics from Fernando Mendoza and probably even more so from Omar Cooper Jr. They led, right, toe tapping, man. Indiana over Penn State 24-7 with the late touchdown, just 36 seconds to go. By the way, this is the first time in school history Indiana has defeated Penn State in Happy Valley.
That's crazy.
That's saying a lot. I'm surprised to hear that. Penn State hosts edge a series 25-2 all time, 13-0 in Happy Valley prior to this game. So that was big win for them. Shout out to the Hoosiers. More respect earned week after week. Fernando Mendoza, 218 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He also rushed for a touchdown. On the final drive, 1:51 seconds to go from their own 20. First play, Mendoza gets sacked. But they recover, man. And it leads them down the field to score the touchdown, completing passes of 22, 12, 29, and 17. That's a touchdown on Omar Cooper Jr. What can you say about this last drive by the Hoosiers?
It was a great drive. They needed to stay in the playoff contention, in my opinion. Forget the drive, man. Like, I'm not high on Indiana anymore. They let a backup quarterback in Penn State, who just got demolished by Ohio State the week before. Y'all let this team have y'all down at the last second? That's not impressive to me. I get they won, but sometimes it matters how you win.
And I think that's crazy to say that because if you say how they win, look at Indiana. Look how they've been winning all year.
I get it.
They've been blown out all year. Still haven't lost.
This is a team you blow out, though.
Can't blow out everybody. Oregon didn't blow the team out.
What do we say about Oregon?
They're the top 10 team. What are you saying?
We had Oregon losing this week. Then they barely won.
It's an Iowa team that plays everybody tough. Ohio State barely beat
this year.
Ohio State barely beat Iowa. Oregon barely beat Iowa. Indiana barely beat Iowa.
I'm just saying, man. I like Indiana, but this is a team they should have beat the brakes off because you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, which they did, but it matters how you win as well. They shouldn't have to come back from the last second touchdown. Like, they shouldn't have to.
I will say, I can make a case for Indiana being the number 1 team in the playoffs.
No.
Just my opinion. I think they dropped 3 come Tuesday, but I think they should be number 1. Kennesaw State beat them 56-9. Indiana State beat them 7-3-0. Illinois, who was a top 25 team at the time when they played, I think top 15 team, beat them 63-10. Yes, I'm not gonna let y'all forget about that. They beat a UCLA team that was on a 3-game winning streak, one of the hottest teams in the nation, had a lot of publicity, a lot of media behind them. They beat them boys 56-6. Then they beat Maryland 55-10. They are blowing teams out. Let that sink in. Like I said, they beat Iowa 20-15. Beat the top 10 Oregon team 30-20 at Oregon. They just beat Penn State 27-24. That's a solid resume.
I mean, I get it. I got Ohio State's resume put up as well. They haven't played Iowa. They don't play them this year. But if we're looking at Ohio State's record, they beat Texas first week of the season, 14-7.
14-7.
We knew that was kind of just two great teams. And after that, The only team they've been winning by 30 points in each game, and that's because they pull the
Each
starters. I mean, their closest game was, let me see, 24-6 Washington. That was week 5.
take out the you said what was the score?
The 24-6. That was their closest game the whole year.
Okay, so that's probably the best win over here a whole year then, right?
I mean, they beat Penn State 38-14. You just saying how
Was what was Penn State record when they beat them? How many losses did Penn State already had before then?
it was last week.
So that's what I'm saying. So how many losses they had? They was already a defeated team, right?
Right. So
Oregon
they blew
started
out the
to beat
defeated
them.
team, right?
I'm just saying.
So
Look at Ohio State's resume.
Indiana
If you
should have
take
beat
Texas
out the defeated team.
if you take Texas out of it, who they beat?
Okay, well, so Indiana what's Indiana's best win? Illinois.
Illinois, Oregon, I just talked about.
So Illinois,
Iowa.
I mean, I get, but they got Penn State, Texas, Minnesota, and Washington.
But they don't play Oregon, right?
I mean, they don't make the schedule.
So I'm saying they can't say they beat Oregon, right?
So if they beat Michigan, last game of the season, week 14, can you defend if you say they'll be the best team in the nation?
Well, they won't beat Michigan, so. I wasn't saying they beat Michigan. Let's talk about that.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I gotta give you that. That's fair. They beat them this year, though. I don't stand on it.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just talking noise now. Next game up, we got Northwestern at UNC. Trojans coming with victory. We put the Trojans on upset alert. They took care of business. They must have heard that.
They did.
38-17. Malachi Lemon, 11 catches, 161 yards. That's a career high for him. I thought he'd have more yards than that. He did score a touchdown. Jaden Maava, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus a touchdown rushing.
Maava, it's a miss for Hubbard, and head coach in the country to say never give up on a play. King Miller, shot out of a cannon. What a response! Miller steps in and keeps his feet.
A tackle,
Lane, 7 catches, 4 yards and touchdown.
Yeah, a tackle and a fumble, a tackle and a forced fumble as well.
Okay. Yep. King Miller, 127 yards and a touchdown as well. Preston Stone could not get it done on Northwestern. Shout out to them. They've had a great season, though. Proud of them. They are going bowling. Let's talk about this fake punt play that they had. So Sam Hurd changed his jersey number from 9 to 80 before the game.
Is that legal?
Huh?
Is that legal?
You change jersey number, yeah. Don't ask me why LSU ain't did it yet.
Hey, that's my next question.
So they run a fake punt, but USC's punter also wears number 80. So they didn't think anything of it when Sam Hurd came out there in the punter position to run the fake punt play. They thought it was the punter. And you can't tell because USC don't put their names on the back of the jersey. So my question is, was it legal for Sam Hurd to be out there?
I mean, if they could change his number and they got 11 people, then yeah.
I agree, man. A lot of people saying it was a dirty play because he changed it just for the game. They said they planned this. I will say a depth chart is provided to each team for the game. The depth chart thing did say 80. The fact that he changed it the day of the game is kind of crazy. I think if anything, it's Bush League, but not illegal.
I mean,
just gonna put that out there.
Did anybody get hurt? No. Is he trying to take somebody's head off? No. It's football.
Yeah, give you that. What needs to happen for USC to get back into the playoff hunt?
They need a lot of teams to lose, man. They need Indiana. They need Ohio State to lose and Indiana to lose. They beat Michigan. Well, they beat Michigan, right? They definitely need Michigan to lose.
I don't think Indiana or Ohio State has any bearings on USC, honestly.
Really?
Nope.
I don't think anybody. I don't think USC makes it. I mean, they had a great year, but I don't think they make it.
There's only one chance they get in. Top teams have to continue to win. They have to beat Oregon in 2 weeks' time. That's how they get in. All the top teams got to win, and they got to beat Oregon. If it's a finals, put it like this: if you're in a committee, it's only one spot left. You got these 6 teams on the table: USC, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, Virginia, Miami, and BYU. Those are the 6 teams. Let me say them again: USC, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, Virginia, Miami, and BYU. Who gets in?
Notre Dame, because they beat USC.
That's true. They did beat USC. So, but if that's the case, Miami beat Notre Dame. So
they have more losses though.
Who?
Don't Miami have more losses than Notre Dame?
Got the same amount of losses.
Well, screw Miami then. if that's the case, you got because you got to believe that Miami can beat USC, which they can.
I think they can too. I like this USC team, man. I can't believe they lost Notre Dame. I think that took them out of it, in my opinion. USC is one of those teams that need Notre Dame.
They beat Michigan 31-13. They beat Michigan 31-13. So.
My apologies. I misspoke.
Well, I just noticed that. So by that standards, they should be behind Oregon, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. They need to beat Oregon. That's the team they need to beat. They got to beat Iowa this coming week. They got to beat Oregon the next week before they can start talking about it.
Do they beat UCLA?
I think they can. It's not gonna be easy.
It's not.
This is a tough schedule, man.
It is.
This is a tough final 3 games. Thankfully, they got Iowa and UCLA at home, but at Oregon, no favors by the Big Ten scheduling committee on this one. Also, USC back-to-back tough pass defenses. Just last game, they had Nebraska held them to 9 completions.
Well, Rel got hurt.
Crazy.
They got helped out. They got helped a little bit. Rel got hurt.
Yeah. So Nebraska, man, tough secondary right there. Then you had Northwestern this week. By the way, Northwestern, prior to this game, had never allowed a 200-yard passer this season.
That's impressive.
And they just gave Jaden Miles a 299.
I mean,
first quarterback to go with.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. So if you're gonna give it to somebody, give it to him. He earned it.
Just a couple weeks ago, the man had the number 1 QBR in the nation. Shout out to him. Northwestern has Michigan, Minnesota, and Illinois left. Can they get that elusive victory to go bowling? Michigan, Minnesota, Illinois.
They need one more win. I think they beat Minnesota.
I think they beat Illinois. I think they lose to Michigan.
I'm just saying, just one win. Then yeah, but I think they beat Illinois too.
I think they lose to Michigan and Minnesota though. Minnesota's a good team, man.
They definitely lose to Michigan.
PJ. I think Illinois is the team. They need that one. Michigan's an up and down team. They could possibly win that one. I think Minnesota's the one team I think they definitely lose to. Let's jump back into it. Next game up. We talked about it a little bit. Let's talk about it now. We had Oregon at Iowa. Iowa had won 21 of 23 games in November. That's the kind of coaching I would like for my team. Wow, 21 of 23 in the month of November. Shout out to Kurt Ferris for that. DJ Moore. Not his big. 13 for 21, 112 yards and interception. Whittingham ran the ball for 17. Whittington ran the ball for 17 carries, 118 yards. Shout out to him. Mark Gurkowski, 10 for 18, 138, one touchdown. They controlled him on his rushing, only had 25 rushing yards. I talked about that before the game. They wanted to win this game. They had to control the line of scrimmage on the defensive line. They had to set the edge, keep him in front of him, and they did exactly that. So shout out to Oregon for that.
On the slant, Appleton hoping for a field goal chance. Moore throws to the outside. This one's complete. Less than a half minute. Dante Moore throws. Oh, what a catch and throw! To 10 Moore in the shotgun. The throw is complete. Ferguson Reynolds to hold, unless we have another timeout. And 39 yards for the win. Up and good.
Is this Oregon team a lock for the playoffs?
I don't think so. Oregon's freshman wide receiver not playing really hurt them. I didn't think he would carry that much weight on the offense, but apparently he does. Iowa, they're 6-3. They're not going to make it to the playoffs, but they will go bowling. But they have a really favorable schedule coming up against USC and Washington, so they should win those two. I mean, they should beat Minnesota and Washington, in my opinion. But they gotta pass the ball, man. They can't just run the ball the whole game. Like, I get they want to play defense, run the ball, but you gotta pass it at some point. You gotta take a shot down the field.
I love that. You nice little breakdown on that. That is exactly right. What is the best case scenario for Oregon in the college football playoffs? Do you think they will host a home game?
I don't think so. I think they'll send them on the road because you still got Georgia and Ole Miss. I think because there's gonna be four byes, right?
Yeah, 4 byes and then 4 teams host a home game.
They're not gonna host a home game because I feel like they'll drop if Indiana loses to Ohio State in the championship, they'll drop Indiana to 4 or 5.
I think they drop them to 5 or 6.
5 or 6. So that's a home game right there for them.
I'm a firm believer that 2 SEC teams are going to get a bye. I'm standing on
Texas A&M and Alabama, but it would be fair because they'll be each other's only losses.
And I'm thinking it's going to be a third SEC team get a bye. Watch.
Georgia.
It'll be Georgia.
Which is crazy.
And the question is Alabama going to get that bye? If they lose Texas A&M, I think Georgia and Ole Miss move up to the top 4. And Alabama gets one, has to host a home game the following week. So that's how I feel.
So you think they'll? I know we're not talking about this now, but you think if Alabama loses Texas A&M championship, they put Georgia over them, even though they beat Georgia? That's not fair. That's crazy.
What?
I believe it will happen, but that's just saying that's not fair. I believe it will happen.
Watch. They will be punished for playing the SEC championship game. And they're gonna bitch and moan and complain about it. And they're gonna make some changes. Watch. So, which of the Big 4 do you think Oregon has the best matchup again if they get to round 2? Iowa State, Indiana. Just say Alabama or Texas A&M.
If I'm Oregon, I want to play Indiana. If I'm in Oregon, I want to play Indiana because that's the only team I don't think runs the ball well. But because
real good.
Really? I know they can, but I feel like they just pass the ball so much.
I think the passing game gets a lot of attention, but they don't pass as much as you think.
Because I feel like
so once they got into the meat of the schedule, their passing game slowed down. Their running game has been there from the beginning of the season. It's still there.
Well, they don't want to play with Ohio State because Ohio State will beat the brakes off of them. They got the best quarterback and the best receiver duo in the nation. The Oregon corners are transferring left and right. So that's one team they don't want to play. But I guess they would want to see Texas A&M then, if that's the case.
I think they want to see Indiana. At least that's the team you already seen. So you already know what they look like. You know what to expect. So I think Indiana's probably the team you want to face. But that's just my thinking. But moving on, Nebraska got a win this week against UCLA, 28-21. Shout out to them. Nebraska getting it done without Dylan Raiola, I believe. You have Maryland dropping yet another game. They lose to Rutgers, 20-35. Is Maryland going to win another game this season? Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for them to go bowling now after so much promise at the beginning of the year. Is it time for a coach to change in Maryland?
Yeah, because you don't want to waste the talent of your freshman quarterback.
I heard stuff out there today that they were saying they don't have the money to pay a buyout and hire a coach.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Don't want to hear that. If I heard it, you know the team's heard it. So be looking for some attrition on that team.
So where's the money
this
going?
offseason?
That's the question. Where's the money going?
Exactly.
Because what you got in Maryland? Nothing. You got the Ravens, but you get the Maryland Terps, basketball and football. They make money.
Yes, that's crazy. The NIL situation not good out there. Washington took a loss. Their playoff hopes are over. They lost to Wisconsin, one of the worst teams in the nation. Wisconsin won it 13-10. Yeah.
They said the coach was safe, and what did he do? He won the game.
They did.
Maybe that's what he needed.
said that was crazy.
Maybe that's what he needed. To hear his job was safe for him and actually start coaching.
He needed their vote of confidence, so shout out to him. He got it. Ohio State beat Purdue 34-10. Shout out to Ohio State continuing to prove their dominance. Definitely the best team right now, I guess you can say, in Ohio. Big Ten. I try to make a case for Indiana, but I can't deny Ohio State.
I think we just overlook Ohio State. I think we overlook Ohio State just because they're Ohio State. The thing about Georgia, we know they should be there. So we shouldn't have to talk about them being there because we know they should be there. But this might be Ohio State's best team, in my opinion, on both sides of the ball.
Better than last year's team?
I'm not a big Will Howard person. I think Julian Sanders is a better quarterback.
He's definitely a better quarterback, but is his team better?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Because
he's probably the most growth for anybody in the country, man.
Yeah. I would say that. Because I think Cornell Tate grew a lot too.
Yep.
And then Matthews on at the DB position. Mm-hmm. He's playing lockdown.
Shout out to Matt Patricia, man.
They got two linebackers who go in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that every day.
and a safety in the corner can go in the first round.
and a receiver.
Yep. Shout out, man. Shout out to the Buckeyes, man. Can't believe I'm not a big Buckeye fan, but yeah.
Shout out to Ryan
Day. They get it
Day.
done out there. Yeah, shout out to Ryan Day. Let's to the bowl on week 11. Let's jump this thing over to week 12. Look at the matchups coming up this week. You got Minnesota at Oregon. Oregon, I think, is ranked number 9. You got Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana's ranked number 2. Maryland at Illinois. Purdue at Washington. Michigan at Northwestern. A top 20 matchup between Iowa and USC. Penn State, Michigan State. And then finally, UCLA at Ohio State. Any of those matchups jump out to you?
UCLA at Ohio State. Let's see if the upset can happen. UCLA playing great ball. They lost one game since firing the coach. Do they win? Probably not. But it's good to pretend sometimes. So I will be watching that game. I mean,
the spread is 32.5 right now.
They'll definitely score.
That's the latest week in the Big Ten.
They'll definitely score some points. They're not going to go out there and put up a field goal. They'll score some points.
I didn't say they wouldn't score no points. I just said the spread is
The spread is super high.
32.
Don't take the spread. Do not take the spread. Hell, I don't know. Take the spread. I don't know.
I'm looking at the Iowa USC. USC need a lot of help, but they got to help themselves first. They got to beat a ranked Iowa team, then go out there and beat a ranked Oregon team. Can they do it? We shall see. Then they got to end the year at UCLA, a big rivalry matchup. I think it's the rivalry for the big training wheel thing, whatever it is they be fighting over. So, can USC get that done? Oregon, half game, possibly. Minnesota, are they looking ahead? They're playing USC. Something to think about there. Indiana and Wisconsin. Hopefully, they're not looking past this Wisconsin team that just beat Washington. Ohio State and UCLA, man, some good games right there. Big Ten, not the most exciting conference in football. It's kind of straightforward. You kind of know who's going to win. I think this week we could see some crazy outcomes. It's that type of season, y'all. It's that time of year. Definitely keep your eyes on the Minnesota-Oregon games. Spread 24.5, way too high. Way too high. Anything else before we shut this thing off?
Oregon showed they're beatable. They showed it. Like, they don't look like world beaters. If anything, they should have really beat Iowa because we know Iowa can't pass the ball. So look for Minnesota to pass the ball on his Oregon football team.
Not gonna take no shots at Iowa. I think Iowa's a good team.
I mean, like, they're a good team. Just can they pass it? That's the thing.
Yeah, they showed a lot of growth. Oh, also, this Oregon game on a Friday. You know how things get crazy on Fridays, y'all. It's a Friday night game. I think Oregon might be in trouble.
They are in trouble. They were in trouble last week. They got lucky. They got real lucky.
I'll say more. Don't slip up, baby. Don't slip up. But hey, that's all we got. That's your Big Ten this week. We're gonna drop a dime in this. Don't want to call it a day. Not much to talk about in the Big Ten. Another workmanlike performance from the teams at the top. They still getting it done. I think it's the same three teams as always that you're gonna see in the playoff talks: Indiana, Iowa State, and Oregon. With USC on the outside looking in. Ty, anything else?
Breaking news: Texas man Brian Mandel has been indicted and accused of threatening Louisville head coach Jeff Brom, his brother Brian Brom, and Louisville Cardinal quarterback Miller Moss. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Okay, there you have it. We'll do some research. Maybe put out a video short on that for the night. So hope you guys enjoy. Yeah.